Hello everyone. Today we shall discuss about errors in measurement. Actually there are four types of errors we will discuss today. So here you can see that there are four types of errors we can use here. Number one is known as absolute error. This is number one is absolute error. Number two is mean absolute error. Number three is relative error, or sometimes relative error can be told as fractional error. It may also be written as fractional error, relative or fractional error, and number 4 is percentage error. So we discuss all these errors in measurement. Number 1 is absolute error, number 2 mean absolute error, relative error or fractional error, and percentage error. Now you see these we can define one by one. Now we have two values, one is true value, another one is measured value. True value is equal to x. Suppose the measured values is x1, x2, x3. So the error will be difference in the values will be the error, right? The difference in the values will be the error. So what is defined as the error? The error difference is the, what is that error difference? What we get here, that error difference is this error difference in the true value error difference in the true value and the measured value, and the measured value of a quantity, measured value of a quantity measured value of a quantity is called error of measurement, error of measurement. So these have to know, error of measurement. So this is what we find error difference. So true value and measured value, the error equal to difference in the true value and the measured value of a quantity is called the error of measurement, right? Now let's go to the next thing about absolute error. What is that absolute error? The magnitude of the difference between the individual measurement and the true value of a quantity is called the absolute error of the measurement. For example, it is denoted by del A, that is known as absolute error. For measurement, so absolute error is defined as del x is equal to xi minus x bar, always positive and having the same unit. Or you can write for n measurement, for n measurement say 1, A2, A3 up to AN, that is A mean. A mean can be found out by A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus AN divided by N. So this is the A mean, right? And if we find and del A1, suppose and del A1 is equal to A1 minus A mean, right? Del A2 is equal to A2 minus A mean. In this way you can find AN, del AN, that is equal to AN minus A mean. And what we find here, that therefore A mean can be found out by A mean A mean can be found out in this way, that is summation of. This is summation of I varies from 1 to n ai by n. This is the value we will get here, that a mean is equal to ai by n. This is the value we get at a mean, right? So this is what we call as the absolute error, right? This is known as absolute error. And the next important thing that what we want to discuss is about mean absolute error. Mean absolute error, that is the arithmetic mean of all the absolute errors is taken as the final or mean absolute error of the value of a physical quantity A and represented by del A mean. So del A mean can be found out by del A mean can be found out by in this way, that is modulus of del A1 plus modulus of del A2 modulus of del A2 plus modulus of del AN divided by n. This is the del A mean you can find, or mean absolute error, or you can find it as A mean. A mean is equal to summation of del AI del AI and I varies from 1 to n. This is the value of A mean, right? So we get this value like this, right? So what we are getting, A mean is equal to summation of del AI, and it is therefore A mean. This is known as mean absolute error. And the next important is that about fractional or relative error. What is that? Fractional. I am giving an example. Suppose this is the example. If you want to what is the average. So if you add all the numbers and divide it by how many observations? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 observations, right? So find the to find the average. What we find the average. X average can be written as x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by how many observations? 1, 2, 3 divided by 3. So if we add this one, that is 20.1 plus 20.2 plus 20.3 divided by 3 observation divided by 3. So you got the value as 20.2 centimeter. 20.2 centimeter. So this is the x bar, or this is the mean of this is 20.2 centimeter. This is the answer. So here in this way you have to find the average of any measurement, right? This is the average. Now you get the calculation. Suppose the errors are 0.1, 0.1 and 0. The errors are 0.1, 0.1 and 0. So the mean 0.067 centimeter. So it will be 20.2 plus minus 0.067 centimeter, right? In this way you can find the errors, right? And the next important is, let us find this as a relative error. A relative error or fractional error. The relative error, we can find first what is the definition of relative error. A relative error. What is that? Relative error or functional error. Relative error, the relative error or fractional error. Relative error or fractional error. What is that relative error or fractional error? The relative error is the relative error is the ratio of the mean ratio of the mean absolute error of the mean absolute error del a mean to the mean value to the mean value to the mean value to the mean value of a mean of the quantity measured of the quantity measured of the quantity measured of the quantity measured of the quantity measured, that is relative error is equal to. So you can find the relative error like this: relative or fraction error. Relative error or fraction error can be found out by del a mean divided by a mean. Del a mean divided by a mean, that we are getting a value of relative error, right? In this way you can find the different relative error. So relative error you will find del x by x bar, right? In this way you can find the relative error. And the next important thing is that of percentage error. Percentage error, what we call it as in this way, percentage error. This is number 4 is percentage error. This is percentage error. How to find the percentage error? Percentage error. How to find the percentage error? Actually, when the relative error is expressed, when the relative error is expressed when the relative error is expressed in percent, it is called the percentage error. It is called the percentage error. So it is percentage error. Or you can find therefore del of a is equal to del a mean divided by a mean in 100% into 100%, that is known as the percentage error. So we got 3 errors here, 4 errors. One is absolute error, number 2 is mean absolute error, number 3 is fractional or relative error, and the fourth one is the percentage error. So in this way you can find all the different errors. Now we are going to the formula, that is, this is the percentage error we can find here, right? Let us find the summary. We get absolute error is positive, relative error is unitless, and smaller error is equal to greater accuracy. So this is the summary what we got. Absolute error is positive, relative error is unitless, and smaller error is the greater accuracy. So in this way you can find all the different factors. Dear friends, if you like this video, please subscribe, like and share. Thank you everybody for watching this video.